Hi, this is Abhishek. I am a senior industrial engineer from Federal Express Corporation, and I want to talk something about how we learned with benchmark and in the various Six Sigma scenarios the importance of soft skills while executing a Six Sigma process and a Six Sigma project. What we have seen normally is that with the define phase, when the management gives us a particular goal and we are looking at opportunities and goal statements and business cases, there are few rules of engagements with the management that one has to be very clear right from the beginning. For example, resistance. We do resistance, force field analysis and all of that, and we get to know what forces are for the project and what forces are against it. With the management, we need to be very clear how to deal with the forces that are not for the project. And we need to develop scenarios wherein we need to know for a given scenario what could the approaches be. So that is very important to be settled right at the define phase itself. Then if we go to the measure phase, one of the most important thing is in case the measurement system is getting modified or getting changed, we'll have trainings and we'll have to see to it that everyone needs to know how the measurement system is getting changed, and they need to be convinced, and there should be a consensus developed with the measurement system so that when the baseline gets developed, everyone agrees to it. Another most important thing when we go to the analyze phase is that when we do the vital X's, when we go from define and then we find all the X's and when we find the vital X at the end and when we shortlist all of them, we need to take the stakeholders all along. We need to streamline them, we need to find and we need to get an agreement from everyone on the most critical X's are the vital X's, and these need to get changed. And once that's done, then only we need to go to the improvement phase. Now, if the define, measure, and analyze phases are done in this way, with the soft skills and with the total focus on how people are agreeing to it, how decision makers are being involved, then the improvement phase becomes pretty easy. Because in the improvement phase, then when you have solutions, even if they require people to change, even if they require processes to change, there has been a consensus developed right from the defined stage, scenarios have been looked at, approaches have been agreed to, measurement systems have been changed, but that has been changed based on the consensus from everyone, and in the analyze phase the X's have been agreed to, and therefore on the improvement phase when you give the solution it's not a big surprise. People have known what the problems are, people have understood where the solutions are, and people have understood how to implement them, and therefore the resistance to any change would be that much less, and therefore building the consensus for any change and the change management itself would become so much more easier. And then when finally you come to the control phase, that becomes the most important thing, because the control phase basically decides whether you're effective project manager and whether your project, Six Sigma project, was effective in sustaining all the improvements that you got in the improvement phase after implementing the solutions. And that can only be got if you can convince the people, if you can actually make them believe that the changes that were done for the good, and that has brought the improvement, and that needs to be continued. Because very often when you move away from a black belt project, the top management focus also moves away, and the process owner is the one who's driving it and monitoring it. To help the process owner continue with the change, continue with the improvement, and give you feedback so that you can improve it further is all dependent on the control phase, how you can convince people and basically make everyone believe that whatever changes have been done for the best possible outcomes. This is the most important part of Six Sigma project so that we can deliver an effective project along with an efficient one.